Reason number two as to why Lag Baomer is a happy time. Reason number two, what's the explanation over here? This idea, make it to the end, watch the whole thing. I live this idea. It says in Shulchan Aruch and Siman Tov Sadi Gimel, custom is not to get married between Pesach and Shevuos until Lag Baomer because at that time the students of Rebbi Akiva, they stop dying. Custom is also not to get haircuts. Moshe says that we increase our happiness over there and we don't say Tachin, Siman Tov Sadi Gimel. This is based on the Gemara in Yevamos Samach Beis, the Rebbi Akiva had 24,000 Talmidim that they all died between Pesach and Shevuos. And then Rebbi Akiva went and he taught 5 no Talmidim after. So it should be pointed out that the Gemara seems to say they died in between Pesach and Shevuos, whereas it says in Torah Shulchan Aruch that they stopped dying Lag Baomer. That itself is a question in and of itself, technical question for another time. The Pri Chadash asks, why is this a happy time? They stopped dying. Yes, that's because they were all dead. Pri Chadash answers, it could be possible. This is Pri Chadash in Tov Sadi Gimel. Could be possible to say that the happiness is because Rebbi Akiva taught 5 new students. What? 24,000 dead, 5 new ones? That's happiness? We already gave one answer. So just a different answer. Explains the Yarech L'madim and Ma'amer. This is teaching us an incredible principle. Rebbi Akiva, let's contemplate what happened over here. The story of Rebbi Akiva, let's think about it. 24,000 dead. He was no younger than 64 years old. He already had a tremendous amount of wealth from Kavos Savua, from based on the whole story, the Gemara and Subas over there. So Rebbi Akiva, he was in a disastrous state. Your average person, maybe get depressed, maybe say, I'm going to retire. Who knows what they would do? Anything else but teach more. But that's the exact opposite of what Rebbi Akiva did. After Rebbi Akiva invested all of the energy for nothing, so to say, and then naturally a person would have had yish, they would have given up. I can't start new again. Rebbi Akiva did the exact opposite. He didn't give up. He went and he continued teaching, and the Gemara says, it says in Koheles Yud Aleph Vav, in the morning, in the day, plant your seed, and in the night, don't stop planting. And the Gemara explains the Medrash Rabbah, the Bereshis Rabbah, the Koheles Rabbah in this pasuk. If you had Talmidim when you were younger, you have more students when you're older. If you learn Torah when you're younger, learn when you're older, etc. That's exactly what Rebbi Akiva did. So where did Rebbi Akiva get this from? The strength to not give up and to keep pushing through even if times are difficult. If we go back to the origins, the beginning of Rebbi Akiva's Torah life, in the Avos Derebbi Nason in Parak Vav, which we actually quoted in the Avos recording, it was on Mishnah Hay on the first parak. The beginning of Rebbi Akiva, in short, is that he saw water and it carved a hole through a rock. And Rebbi Akiva then deduced, he made his first kal v'chomer of what? Something soft could penetrate something so hard, aka water could penetrate the rock. So then surely something very hard, aka the Torah, it's kasha kabarzel, it's hard like iron, could penetrate, could make a hole through something soft, aka my heart, and could have an impact on me. We discussed over there what fueled Rebbi Akiva just from that incident to learn 24 years straight without interruption. Rebbi Akiva realized it was every single drop, every bit of effort that he put in. And every single bit matters. Every single line of Torah that a person learns matters. Every single mitzvah that a person does matters, etc. This is the idea over here. This strength that Rebbi Akiva had in his youth, so to say, when he was 40, continued even when he was older. When the 24,000 Talmidim died, when all those students died. And he said, I'm going to strengthen myself. I won't have yish. I won't give up over here. And that's what he did. He taught them again. The Meom Loez on that pasuk in Koheles. The Meom Loez says, after he quotes the episode of Rebbi Akiva, the whole story with the Talmidim, even though all of his efforts that he put into these Talmidim, it was for nothing, so to say. He didn't give up. And he added and he taught more. Same exact idea. Then the Meom Loez says a beautiful idea. The Gemara in Baba Basra talks about Evson. Who's Evson? He's Boaz. He's more known as Boaz. He made 120 parties for his children. It's a pasuk in Shoftim Yud Beis Tes. One day, hopefully, we'll get to there. Nach. Every single child that he had, he made two parties. One in his father's house, one in his father-in-law's house. And they all died when he was alive. Boaz, he had 30 girls, 30 boys. They all died during his life. Did Boaz give up? He was around 300 or 400 years old. They used to live longer back then. The source that he was 300 or 400 is in Divrei Hayamim Aleph, and then in Beis Yud Aleph, it says he was 300. And the Yalkut Shimoni in Parshas Vayechi and Ramez Kuf Nun Vav talks about how he could have even been around 400, over 400 years. He didn't give up. What happened? He married Rus. Vayikach Boachas Rus, it says in Rus Daled Yud Gimel. And the Yalkut Shimoni on Rus over there in Ramez Taf Reish Ches says, Oisa Alaya Shabala Ameis. He died that night that he married Rus. The Yalkut Meom Loez brings from over here. The Meom Loez says from this episode, from this Maisa, we see the exact idea with Rebbi Akiva and his students. Naturally, Boaz would give up. 60 children that I had, they all died. Especially when he was older. But he didn't give up. Why? In the morning, plant seed, keep planting at night. And he got married, and what happened? Dovid Hamelech came from Rus. Mashiach is going to come from this. If Boaz would have given up, if he would have had Yish, listened to his Yetzer Hara, we wouldn't have had Dovid Hamelech, Shlomo Hamelech, Mashiach. Comes the Meom Loez, and we see same idea with Rebbi Akiva, 24,000 students not giving up. Being mischazik in the Inyan, not giving up, starting from new. This also happened in future generations. We see throughout our rich Jewish history all of the different sorts of destructions on Jewish communities and Jews, tortures, everything that's happened. Every single time we do the same thing, we get back and we come back stronger. We build again. We see recently what happened with the Holocaust. Terrible. All of these Jews slaughtered. Millions, children, women. What happened over there? What happened? We stood up after. We kept going. We started new. We see Rosh Yeshivas, Rebbes, Sadiqim, Talmidei Chachamim, Rabbanim. They lost hundreds of students, tremendous amount. And then what happened over there? We thought that there was going to be no hope anymore. No, we didn't give up. We didn't think that there was going to be no more hope. And look at now, look at what happened in New York. I remember my great-great-grandfather writes in his Sefer Nachla Svi, the first piece on Shmos, if I'm not mistaken. He talks about New York. Used to be when you would come over here. It was expected, you're going to intermarry, that's it. You had no chance. You're going to completely forget about the Torah. But look at what happened now. Look at what got built over here. Look at how much happened. Not giving up. That's the Simcha on Lag Baomer. That's the idea over here. Rebbi Akiva, he started new. This teaches us never have yish. Never give up. That's the message from Rebbi Akiva. Start new. Don't give up. We have to take Musar from the story of Rebbi Akiva. Learn the lesson from Rebbi Akiva and apply it to our times as well. A lot of times people, they have difficulty, they hit a pothole, a speed bump, so to say, and something affects them spiritually. Just get back on there. Something happens, don't let it get to you. Don't let it bother you. Don't give up no matter what. Keep going forwards. Remember this episode of Rebbi Akiva. Strengthen yourself. We have to strengthen ourselves to conquer our evil inclination. Remember, we have to remember Rebbi Akiva. The 24,000 Talmidim. Don't give up no matter what. Pasuk in Mishlei says, towards the end of Mishlei Chav Daled Tezayin, Ki Sheva Yipol Sadik V'kam, that Sadik, the righteous person, falls 7 times, he gets back up. That's Lag Baomer. It's the victory over Yish. Nitzchayun al Yitzhar Yish. It's the victory over giving up. Never despair. Start new, similar to the Rebbi Akiva. That is one of my favorite all-time lessons of Rebbi Akiva. You know, everyone discusses, you learned 24 years straight. Impressive. You had 24,000 Talmidim straight. Impressive. But this idea, after they all died, he still kept going. That's impressive.